Okay, hello everyone. This is Tuomas Mielmäki from Finland, and greetings from here, freezing and rather snowy Scandinavian country. Um, I truly apologize for the issue that I cannot be there with you due to the flights that were more or less delayed and cancelled due to the winter time here in Scandinavia and bad weather conditions. But anyhow, I hope that we could manage to uh, get this presentation presentation going using this new technology. This is pre-recorded presentation about my speech of social media enhanced studying and learning in higher education, and in this specific presentation I'm focusing on the student attitudes, motivation and preferred system designs with social media services and solutions. To give you a few words about myself, I'm a researcher at Tampere University of Technology in the hypermedia laboratory there, and also working in the department of mathematics. Basically, I have background in mathematics, and the social media research and social media analysis has led me towards this hypermedia, and therefore I'm mainly working in a hypermedia laboratory at the time. But let's just begin this presentation. Today I'm going to give you a short presentation about the social networking site TUT Circle that is developed and used here at TUT in Finland. I'm going to tell you something about the backgrounds, the initial backgrounds about how we got into developing something like TUT Circle is today, and then some research results about the preliminary results of the research that we have been doing before we even started the development, and then during the development process, those results will be also presented here. I will also give you some kind of overview about TUT Circle. I will give you some ideas how it's mainly used here at TUT, and also some short results about the studies that we have been doing in focusing on the usage itself, and also some ideas about the recent development and what's going to happen next in this TUT Circle R&D scheme, and maybe some future images also, at least something that we have been trying to do on our next steps on the TUT Circle development. And then somehow related to this TUT Circle also and all the things with it, I will give you a short presentation about this Campus Connexus ESF project, that is national R&D project here in Finland. There has been some research done on social media usage in higher education that is somehow related to our previous work in this research scheme, but that is rather different. That is more widespread, and in terms of different universities here in Finland, and so on and so on. I will give you some hints about our preliminary research results. We are still working on those, but some ideas that have already appeared there, and then of course some further analysis the teams or something like that will be also discussed here. And in the end, I will give you some summary and some thoughts about for discussion and something to take with you and so on. But okay, let's just begin the whole thing here. As we started in 2008, we faced this idea that social network site or the services that social media provides could be rather useful in education also. We knew at the time that students were using a lot of social media services. Facebook was rather new then, and all these blogs and wiki pages and stuff like that, they were already used widespreadly. But those were not so much used in education, and the idea of connecting these kind of web communities and social media solutions for teaching and studying, it at least sounded rather rational idea. Basically, at the time there was a lot of electronic material used in the teaching, to support the teaching and support the learning, but those social properties were rather restricted on those systems. There weren't basically any social properties or tools to interact between the users. So we thought that it would be rather useful to have these kind of features. And social media services at the time, they were developed rapidly, and all these new solutions were more and more adaptable for different use scenarios, and therefore we decided that we should at least design some kind of model of this social network site that is used basically for education purposes. And among the development process that was focusing on building up some kind of beta version of our system, there was done this research on students' motivations about using these kind of new systems in terms of studying and learning, and we execute this research in spring 2009 when we collected from 10 hypermedia students here at TUT using insight in the method data that were basically stories for two different frame stories or questions, and we collected those with paper and pen style, and then we just, using this grounded theory, tried to find out some themes and common factors that were most likely seeing motivating to use this kind of systems. And of course those aspects also that was emphasizing features or aspects that were not motivating at all, those were also gathered. And we found out that the content itself plays a primary role in these kind of systems. It was said that totally empty environment, it gains no content at all, because nobody's willing to take the first step. And when some positive experiences uh, were occurred for a user, for a single user, this will of course increase the system usage. But most importantly, it should be visible and clear for every user that the added value can can be reached only using this system that is built up for this educational purposes, that added value, whatever it is, should be visible and clear. You may see in the right hand side of this slide direct quotes of the students' answers to those two different frame stories, and those are the things that were rather many times repeated in those answers. We then collected these themes together and tried to somehow reformulate them in much more better representation. And you may see in this table that there were basically 9 main themes that were emphasized, and then those themes include several items, several topics, several features or tools or whatsoever, and that were either motivating or non-motivating aspects of these kind of systems. And those main themes were the background, the basic idea, usage needs, functionalities, content, usability, layout, technical sustainability and flexibility, and then moderation. And these are rather general, of course, and we try to do so that these themes and this table should be taken under consideration in several cases when trying to build up new education related social networking systems. And then something like this came up as a result. So basically this research was done for supporting our development and technical solutions that we made at the time. And TUT Circle was the system that we were designing and developing then, and it's of course still in use. Here's the overall picture of user dashboard in TUT Circle and some general ideas about it. So Basically, it's a web-based environment for students offering customized tools for enhancing social aspects of student life activity. So the student life is everything that is varying from the studying itself to leisure time and so on and so on. Through social interventions and functional interventions, we are trying to enhance the interaction within the system between the users, individual users, between the user groups, and so on. These interventions can be basically something like new content, new features, and whatsoever. Something new that would increase the interests of the users to use the system itself and find out what can be done with the new features or with the new content, how it's useful to be maybe modify or adapt and so on and so on. Then these interventions can be also something like new courses. Let's say some hypermedia course that are basically using TUT Circle group as a environment for collaborative learning and for giving some general information about the course itself and so on and so on. So as I said before, so this TUT Circle is giving support for single users and the user groups for their interactions, no matter what is the common interest between these users or user groups. They can be anything. Here I have enlisted some of the most common ones that are rather easy to figure out when we are talking about human relations and so on. So these are basically nothing special, rather common ones. But then TUT Circle is more used in some specific courses when we are talking about education and supporting education solutions. And for example, they are using this TUT Circle in mathematics clinic. And mathematics clinic is basically giving some remedial instruction for students needing supporting their mathematics studies, and TUT Circle is used for communication there. Basically, they are having these face-to-face tutorials and meetings, but then TUT Circle is an environment where people can gather together virtually and discuss about this mathematics. TUT Circle supports JS Math syntax that enables users to write down mathematics in its own language and then give nice and clear representations of mathematics. Then there is this course called online publication development. That is basically for students here at TUT and our another university in Tampere, University of Tampere, UTA. We have implemented this shiplet integration for the both universities here for this TUT circle, and it enables the system usage for the UTA students also. So basically TUT circle is not TUT circle for this online publication development sense. It's more like TUT and UTA circle, because there is these two different and separate universities using this same system. But anyhow, this is this scenario there. They are using this TUT group tool as they were using in mathematics clinic, and there are this group contains these wiki pages and blogs and chat and file sharing and all these kind of features that are used in this online publication development course to support the collaboration between the students and so on and so on. Okay. We have also studied this web service quality of TUT circle, and a bit over a year ago we gathered some data from 38 hypermedia students that were recorded as early adopters, as were those 10 students somehow a year ago in previous spring that were asked to write down those stories for those frame questions. And then in this study we used this very specific tool that were evaluating the web service quality in terms of reliability, accessibility, visual design, and community properties. And throughout this process we gathered total amount of text data that was 160 pages, so it's rather much, and we also analyzed this data using this theme analysis, and I got rather rich results. But in a nutshell, we could say that it was seen that, or found out that this kind of systems like TUT circle should increase the sense of belonging when the system is somehow used as a tool for discussing about local issues and about the people inside the institute itself. So it's TUT related, for example, this TUT circle, and it's all the stuff inside it. It's related to TUT, all the hobbies, all the courses, all the material, all the interactions, individuals. They are all TUT related stuff, and so this was somehow the key point of the whole results that we gained there. And it somehow somehow it somehow supports the Wellman idea that this localization uh, is uh, is somehow gathering people together and giving them idea about the place they are and the web systems around around the actual places where the things are happening. Short remark here for qualitative research uh, that were done also among these team analysis. We analyzed about our interventions we have done in the TUT circle, and we found out that those interventions, whatever they are playing a key role in enhancing the system usage activity. And as we can see in this figure, there is a lot of peaks in usage activity, and those peaks are mainly because of those interventions that have been done. They have been something like promoting the system, uh, launching new courses in the system, uh, publishing new features and new content and whatsoever. We have also done this social network analysis in the social network that has been formed inside TUT circle. Inside TUT circle, people can ask each other to be friends, as in the way in the Facebook, and we try to figure out if these interventions and social network development are following each other, and basically when we gather more user and more usage activity inside the system throughout the interventions, it basically doesn't directly cause any development in the social network itself. So basically social networking and the development of the inside network in these kind of systems, they are depending about different things that this basic idea of how to enhance the activity of the users and the usage itself inside these kind of systems. So now we are further developing the TUT circle, and we have done several modifications for the system recently. Right now we are working on this social media service aggregation. The idea is to find out the systems and the solutions to bring up or bring in other contents from the social media services that are widely used. Let's say YouTube videos, how these can be easily embedded to these kind of educational social networking systems. Also these photo services and bookmarks. These are important because we don't need to develop new specific widgets for these, or tools for these for these purposes, just to share videos, for example. We can use the YouTube as a primary service, and then just embed those 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 videos of there more or more uh, automatically and easy way, so that people would also use these kind of features in TUT circle type systems. But of course we have thinking about how to integrate these educational orientated social networking systems to other social networking systems that are widely used. Let's say Facebook, of course, but then Twitter as well. And there is a solutions in TUT circle for these issues. I can basically clear these things out for you better if I show this picture. We can see that at TUT circle a user can update his status as in Twitter or in Facebook one can do. Basically TUT circle status can be directly posted to Twitter at the same time when it's posted in TUT circle. And here is a group from a single hypermedia course, and there you can see that it can collect, if needed, some pictures from Flickr and Picasa, and some YouTube videos if there is some available. These are basically gathered there in terms of right tags used in those pictures or videos. So basically user have to use a specific tag to indicate that this video should be seen also in this very specific TUT circle group. And the same manner applies for the delicious bookmarks also. Then short discussion about Campus Connexus ESF project. The Department of Mathematics and Hypermedia Laboratory here at TUT, we are working in this national R&D project called Campus Connexus that is funded by this European Social Fund. And the primary target of this project is to strengthen the procedures and atmosphere that are seen to enhance and encourage individuals to study, learn and teach whatever they are in these university communities, teachers, tutors, students, professors and whatsoever. The project is emphasizing that we should find out the procedures or develop procedures that support students' attachment to studying. It's a rather big problem here in Finland, but I think it's also an internationally seen somehow a problem that university students somehow alienate themselves from the student communities for different reasons. And then it's for this Campus Connexus project, it's important to find out some procedures or good manners or means that can be can be used to prevent this kind of alienation and to support this attachment to student communities, university life, studying and learning, and developing own expertise in its own in students' own field. This word connexus comes from Latin and it means knit together. So this basically clarifies the idea of this one campus that is seen as one community, and every individual is as important as anyone inside the university. And we are mainly studying and developing these social media services, tools and solutions to find out a concept that supports this Campus Connexus primary ideas and targets. And we are doing this work together with University of Tampere. We have done some research in terms of this Campus Connexus project, finding out key aspects of interactive social media services that are now especially very useful in attaching students to university community. And our main research questions are that what kind of web services university students prefer to use and find useful for both official and unofficial interaction in their study community. And furthermore, what kind of significances students emphasize from university study attachment and communality point of views. So these are rather different aspects that we are now concepting in terms of this project, but still related to the work that we have been doing in terms of motivation and these kind of attitudes of the students that are willing to use this social media services in education point of view. And we don't have published yet any reports or widespread results about this study yet, because we are still in progress with our data analysis. But some preliminary results have already been published and discussed with several groups inside TUT and UTA and of course the other partners in this project. And these preliminary results are also available in Finnish in the project website. So these are not secrets anymore, but these are not yet formally reported. But to mention a few words about these results, we discovered same aspects that were also discovered in those previous studies, but in terms of this study attachment, it was emphasized that supporting studying itself, finding collaborative tools and finding some features or contents that would give a student some assistance in his or her studies. Uh, these were seen these were seen the most important aspects that were supporting this attachment idea. And more and more it seems that people or students in the universities here in Finland, they are preferring to use web systems in their collaborative work. And this is the thing that should be taken under consideration in teaching also, and assistance of studies. And maybe it's not finding or developing new tools itself, but maybe supporting the usage of current collaborative work solution in the web, Google Docs, and the wiki pages, and so on and so on. So we are still working on this data, and it will be analyzed more closely and fine-grained during this spring. And I think the results will be published, and the new features and use models of social media services that are developed in basing on these analysis results will be reported and published during next year, during this year and probably next year also. The Campus Connexus project ends in 2013, so there is still a lot of different things coming in terms of this social media concept development and finding out the solutions for this attachment idea, but those will be discussed later. To summarize this, I would emphasize that when using web communities or social media services in education, we should focus on finding good and useful functionalities for networking and community evolution and its activity itself. Of course, these services are offering various of means supporting community members to connect with each other and communicate, for example, in private and public messaging ways, commenting, updating statuses, gathering feeds using RSS or other techniques, using these popularity listings, let's say top 5 contents read in this system, and so on and so on, and using search tools and so on. These are different solutions, of course, and tools that are useful, but these features itself are not the things that motivate to use this kind of systems. We should find out what people are really using, and then figure out if we could somehow aggregate and combine these things, these systems and their contents, to avoid that people won't need to use parallel or or systems that are overlapping with each other. And of course, these interventions can be used to enhance this activity, but it's rather tricky to find out the intervention that feeds a long-term system usage. But we should somehow get students to be aware that the system it's not only used by the student itself. In the study community, teachers play key role, and the institutes have many user groups that are relevant for students in different phases of their studies. Therefore, there should be some interventions done by other users also than simply students using the system. Okay. In the end, I would show my gratitude for the social media research group here at TUT. To mention here that this hypermedia laboratory contains a lot of knowledge and a lot of skills in social media field, and several research projects are running right now, and we are working on different kind of social networks and social media tools for different use scenarios. And here I have enlist some researchers that have been involved with this work that has been represented here. Seppo Pohjolainen, Kirsi Siljus, Jukka Huhtamäki, Anne-Marita Tervakari, Teemu Tepes, they are all my colleagues, and we are working daily together with these issues. And also my gratitude for these acknowledged persons that are enlisted here. So basically, everyone in this slide mentioned is having a special field in this social media research, and we are glad to have these kind of opportunities to spread out our knowledge and information that we have about these issues, and we are keen on developing new project, some project plans and finding out funds for new ideas and developing and researching new social media solutions. So do not hesitate to contact if you are having some kind of project idea in mind that we should be or would have some kind of contribution that you see or find useful. So right now this presentation is about the end. I would like to thank you all for listening. Unfortunately, these questions and comments for this recorded presentation, it's not so useful part to ask questions or comments, but if you have any ideas or thoughts about this social media education, I'm rather interested to hear from you, so please send me an email. My address is firstname.lastname@tut.fi, so please do not hesitate to contact me if there's anything you would like to discuss further. So right now I thank you all, and I wish you very good continue for this year 2011, and wish you the best in your research and studies in terms of social media usage and this kind of education development that considers these new web solutions that we are using daily in our other activities. Thank you so much and take care. Bye bye.